Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fourth review on Nuzz Reviews, and today we are going to be reviewing Astor Piazzolla Conjunto Nines. I don't know what any of I don't know what Conjunto Nine means, but an album that I can't pronounce the name of, so I'm just gonna this is the Google translated version of that title because I don't know how I could translate it. Contemporary popular music of the city of Buenos Aires, Volume 2. This is technically one of the first records that I've listened to like this. I think this genre is called Tango Nuevo, which is just like new tango. Apparently, I tried to look into what the genre meant, but like I was just like, it doesn't really matter what genre it is as long as I like it and am able to appreciate the artistry that went into it. Then I'm happy. I'm perfectly happy with that. This is an Argentinian record, which is apparently part of the origin of tango, at least its roots. This being like pretty much my first tango record, in just in terms of I don't know why I said in terms of. I don't really know how to describe it. Yeah, this is pretty much my first record of this kind. I don't really know what is considered good in this genre. I don't really know what the general like consensus is. I read somewhere that it's kind of prog-esque, like in the sense that like it has like segments instead of its traditional like song form, which I came to appreciate in this album. I liked that part of this album. I don't really have much to say like else when it comes to like the just introducing this album. Astor Piazzola, I guess he is like an accordion player. I don't really know much. I tried to look on the rate your music page for this. There wasn't much information. It didn't really have many reviews. However, it was very highly rated. It was like within the 200 to 600 range in terms of like best records of all time. Sometimes some pretty obscure stuff ends up on there, so it might not be as good as everything's cracked up to be, or it might just be obscure. You know, I like to go with the latter. I like to imagine that it's just good and just meant not many people have really listened to it. The criticism for these songs are mainly just going to be like describing certain moments. I don't know, it's kind of hard to keep this project in my mind. I've listened to it twice, and then re-listened to certain segments to like hone my opinion in a little bit better, and it has just occurred to me that I have not given these tracks ratings. Oh my god, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I decided that I'm going to listen to these songs while I'm listing off what I liked about them, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. I think the desktop audio is muted. Okay, so then I can just edit it in later. Okay, so I guess we should get into the first track. This was a bit of a difficult review. Not in the sense of Tip of Butterfly, where I just didn't really understand it, or well, it was just a frustrating listen in terms of like when I first re-listened to it, and then it wasn't what I expected, and then I got frustrated, and then had no idea how to rate the songs. It's not in those terms. It's more just like I didn't really have much to say at first, so I was like, okay, maybe I could listen to these songs again and find more to say. Usually, I don't really think that I need to re-listen to it again if I just liked the record to begin with. But I don't know. I guess negative opinions could come if you re-listen to it a few times. But I guess I should get into the first track, which is called oh man, Vardarito. Vardarito. I don't know how to pronounce it. How would I look up how to pronounce this? Vardarito. 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 That's the first track. Yeah, pretty much my first record like this, so I really had to analyze this. I had to really pick up what people were putting down when they found interest in this genre of music. Yeah, it's pleasing. It's very, very pleasing. I like listening to this. First minute in, I think the string segments are really, really nice. This track has kind of a sudden change after like the minute mark to a more like expressive, I guess more like upbeat sound, and I really like that quite a bit. And there's also like gradual changes. It's kind of this first song is a bit of a emotional roller coaster. So it's like sad, it's happy, and then it's a very, very smooth transition into like a somber feeling again. Oh, and it kind of goes out like that for like the entire track, which pretty interesting, I guess. It's very, very emotionally packed. These songs are, I will admit, very, very well written. Like there's something in almost every little corner. There is always like it's very full. It's very full. This entire album has experimentation, or it has instrumentation, not experimentation. Sorry about that. It's got instrumentation in almost every nook and cranny, and it never really feels like it's maximalist or it's doing too much. It's just like the perfect amount. It's very, very well written, and the strings at 457 I write are pretty good. Let me get a listen here. Kind of sounds like someone crying a little bit. And the final few moments of this song are really like ambient and like dreamy sounding, and it's really nice. It's like the very, very like calm string instrument. I don't know if it's like a violin. I don't know if it's like a different instrument. I don't want to call it a violin and just be horribly wrong. But this song is good. This is an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10. This is Oda para un hippie. This is basically, I think that translates to song for the hippie or song of the hippie. Ode to the hippie. Drums at the beginning of this track are very, very nice. It gives a sort of like grand feeling to it, but then it like, this track, it's really spooky. Like it's got like these, it's like, it's scary. Why is it scary? Contemporary popular music for the city of Buenos Aires, but it's scary. I really like how certain segments will end, but then like build on the idea in a very like interesting way. It does that in this track a lot of times. I was really struggling to find things to talk about. I don't know. It's just it's the fact that I don't really know much about this genre and don't really know what people look for in it. Or I kind of do, I guess. I guess I should just be like concerned about how it makes me feel, you know? Honesty is the best thing that I can do when listening to an album that's a little bit outside of my comfort zone like this. It has this like continuous staircase sound, and then it's got like a small segment with like experimentation, and then it goes back to the staircase sound. It's smart. It builds tension really, really well. 340 sounds like a clock, apparently. Let me re-listen to that. Oh yeah, it does. There's like a little click-clack. This song is titled Ode to the Hippie, right? But it's like probably the scariest song on the album. It's got like a bunch of like things and just tension builds, and it barely feels like, it doesn't feel like peace and love. It's scary. I feel like something's about to kill me. And yeah, just a very, very like filled out song, well realized. Sounds good. I guess best of all, 8 out of 10. Next song, Onda. I don't know how to pronounce that. Onda 9, I guess. One thing I'm realizing is that these songs, they don't have a single ad, so you can like go and listen to this entire album just without ads on YouTube. And that is cool. That is cool. You should definitely take advantage of that. The piano at the start is nice. This one I kind of didn't really get the theme of all that much. Like I wasn't really picking up on anything obvious, I guess. It was still good nonetheless. It's kind of like a smorgasbord of or smorgasbord. Yeah. We just say smorgasbord a couple more times. Very, very good percussion. Very good percussion in the beginning. I don't know what the instruments are called. It's like it almost feels like someone like scraping at something, but like I don't know what the instrument is. And there's another one that sounds like someone's cutting into wood. It's a good sound. I just want to know where it came from. There's also like string jump scares littered throughout like the entire song, and the first one scared me so bad. Like it's at 1:30, and then there's another one at 1:47, and I think it just continues to happen like all over the place. At 2 minutes, you get like this really, really nice energy in the song. It just resonates with me well. The guitar that comes in after a little bit, when it's sort of like fading out at like a certain part, I don't remember which part, but it's paired really, really nicely with the cymbal. And I don't really know if it is the cymbal. Somehow I've been making music for like 2 years, and I still don't really know what instrument it's called. Like this, I mean, it's a bit odd. Now, this is kind of the part where I don't really understand all that much
what this track's theme is, because it's just kind of got like this, I don't know, like kind of like overall feel. Like it's just, it starts off with a kind of confusing feeling. Like I don't really know what it's trying to like sound like. It's a nice sound and all, but like I don't really know what it's going for. But then like maybe 3 minutes in, it starts to sound like really spooky again. And there's almost like the strings that sound like it sounds like a scene of like these ghosts slowly like rising out of their houses that they like died in when they were still human. I don't know why this album is so spooky in certain moments. I don't know why it's like, it sounds somber, but it also sounds like, at one point it sounded like a serial killer was about to kill me, and then another part it sounds like there's ghosts. I don't know why this album is really like this, but I'm all for it, obviously. The percussion with like the instrument that I don't really know the name of, it returns at the end, and it's cool. It's also got like this big like dramatic fade out, and it's very cinematic, and it's very, very cool. I'd say this track is an 8 out of 10. I'd say almost pretty, yeah, you know what? All the tracks on this album are all 8 out of 10s. Like you're not gonna get a different score for these songs. They're all 8 out of 10s. They're good, but like they don't really elicit like strong emotions out of me, but I can 1000% appreciate the artistry that went into this. Fourth track, Verano Porteño. I don't know, dude. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing this horribly. The beginning is a bit lackluster, at least in my opinion. Like it's lush, of course, but like it kind of sounds like literally everything that we had like already covered in the first 3 tracks. I appreciate how little tracks are in this album. Like I'm glad that it's not like 10 tracks or 15 tracks, because like then I feel like it would kind of bog itself down a little bit. But the theme on this track is very clear. It's almost immediately obvious that when you're listening to this one, this is the one that this is the longest track on the album, by the way. All the other ones are like 5 to 6 minutes, and then this one is like 9 minutes. This one is a very, very long, somber piece. It's very, very sad, and it just keeps getting sadder and sadder the more it goes. And I really, really like it. It's good. This is probably the highlight of the record, I would say. Besides Beres 72 and the second track and the first track. All these tracks are good. It might honestly get like a higher score in the future. Like if I were to re-listen to this and people demanded like a re-review of this track or this album, 1000% I'd listen to it again. Might even give it a higher score. I think it just needs to reach like classic status in my brain, so then I start to appreciate things a little bit more. But yeah, this one has a very, very good emotion that it tries to portray. I think it works wonders. I think it does incredibly well. The ending is crazy, apparently. Let me re-listen to the ending real quick. Oh yeah, all the instruments like start rising up, and then they explode, and then there's just like a kind of sour note played at the end, like blip, like that, just like an instant. And it's a very good ending. This is probably the highlight, I would say. I think this is the best track off the whole album. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for Verano Porteño. Or Porteño. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Beres 72. This is also a very, very cool track. This track almost feels, it's bouncy. It's very, very bouncy. At least in the beginning. It's got like this, it's like 1 1 1 1. It's nice. It's like a cloud level in a video game almost. You know what I mean? Or like when you're like deep up in the mountains. It's got like a very, very nice bounce to it. The 1 minute mark has a very nice contrast. It adds to the original idea really well. I'd say it's pretty good. This is a good track. I think the more somber moments on this one kind of like bog it down a little bit, if that makes sense. Textures are nice though, especially at the 4 minute mark. While I guess it's a little bit less, I guess, cohesive in its idea to me, I still think that it's good. It's a cool song, and it's got a cool ending. All these songs have really cool endings. It's always just like every single instrument like screaming at you, and then just like it's over. I think it's cool. 8 out of 10. Final track, Buenos Aires Horacero. Evil ass opening is one of the notes for this track. What did I mean by evil ass opening? Yeah, that's an evil ass opening. I would say that's an evil ass opening. I don't really have much to say about this one. It's kind of just because it's a little bit self-explanatory when you listen to it. The drums and like random sounds at the beginning are really nice. It sort of has this like sinister vibe, and it's got like it ends the record off really, really well. As this being the closer, it ends off the sadder emotions on this record in like a kind of a suspenseful way, I think. Bouncy 210 around this mark. Oh yeah, because like it's nice. It's also got an evil ass ending. Let me listen to this evil ass ending. I don't really have much to say about this one. I don't really remember much from the instrumentation. I don't really know. I'm kind of like grasping at straws for this record. 8 out of 10. I think I ought to just end the record, or I ought to just end the review here. There's not much I can say. Conclusion, it's out of my ballpark, but I really liked it nonetheless. And I think the progressive elements in this album are very fun. And while I don't really have much to say about it, it was a good listen. It was a very good album. I would give it a 79 out of 100. Probably higher if I re-listen to this enough times. If I were to listen to it again a few more times, I think I could admit that some of these tracks are a little higher than an 8. But yeah, I guess the music just kind of speaks for itself on this one. Like, I don't really need to say much for this record. It's just meant to be listened to. It's not really meant to be talked about, I guess. Thank you for watching anyway, if it was a little bit, cringe to hear someone that's so, like, I guess inexperienced when it comes to this genre try to pass off an absolute classic as a just sort of okay album. Sorry if that was cringe. I think the next review is probably going to be OK Computer. I'm doing a thing where I go down the list of albums on Album of the Year. I start at 1, then I pick a random track out of the 200 or 2080 albums that I had documented, and then I review that one, and then I start back from 1. So it's 1 random track, 2 random album, 3 random album, 4 random album. You get the idea. So yeah, OK Computer is probably going to be next. That'll be a fun review. I remember liking that album quite a bit. Stay tuned until then. Bye bye. Goodbye.